Should be there. Hello, everyone.
What's up, internet family?
Internet, internet family, Talk Hard family. We are back.
Woo woo!
Woo! We
For
are
one
back.
last hoorah!
One last hurrah.
One
Thank,
last zoom rah. Is that?
thank. Can you say that? Is that legal? Is that
Uh,
right? Is that the terminology?
are we done with Zoom puns? Like I don't know what phase of the pandemic we're in.
I'm so over the Zoom puns.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. No, we gotta still do them a little bit.
we got a couple more.
Couple more. So welcome everyone. We're excited to have everyone here. I see everyone watching on Facebook. So thanks to everyone for joining us for the Talk Hard season finale. We know we've been away for a few weeks and we apologize. We had some pretty big productions and shows going on. And we were in rehearsals a lot, but we're back. And we're back to do a season finale because if you may not know this, and this may be both amazing to hear and depressing to hear, but today marks 1 year since we went online with Talk Hard when the pandemic first hit and we all went into lockdown.
A year.
It's been a year. It's been a year. It's been more than a year that we've been in lockdown, obviously, as everyone knows. But it's been a year that we took Talk Hard online and went every week, just about every week, for the entire last year, which is crazy. So it's fitting that we do our season finale, our second to last virtual show of the season, and hopefully forever. Um, and that it be tonight, and it be kind of also as we're heading hopefully out of the pandemic, it seems like, to the light, sort of. So yeah, just a quick little recap before we get to the show tonight. Talk Hard was a workshop we started in New York years ago, live in person in front of real people in a space.
Like their
And
whole body.
yeah, that not
Like
just this.
remember when you could see people's whole
I'm
bodies,
not going to recognize anyone's lower half when
or this part of them.
or this part, right? I don't know what people's faces look like.
Yeah, face for
So
sure.
yeah, that's what it is. This is a face. So see, then that happens and then I lose track, right? So what was happening there? Yeah, so it was we went online and we really I'm totally like lost with what
No, so Talk Hard started in
in New
person
York.
in New York, and we ran it there for about 5 years, and it was just
Yeah.
always a wonderful gathering place for artists to workshop things in front of each other. It was a supportive environment to get feedback on something that you were working on, and to develop things together with a real sense of community. And when the pandemic hit, we needed that community more than ever. So we went virtual, like a lot of companies wound up doing, and that kind of brought us to where we are now.
Yeah, and what's really cool, and those of you who have watched all year know, is that we this is always free, but we accept donations every week, and we were doing that for a while every week. And what was so amazing about the support that we got from our audiences every week is, we would suggest $20 a person, or but a dollar was cool, whatever anyone wanted to give. And every week on average, we would raise somewhere between $200 and $300, which for like 5 or 6 artists each show was really nice. And the artists all year were so grateful, and we heard from so many of the artists who lost their primary job, who lost their secondary job. And when the pandemic hit, we all remember how many people were out of work. And gig workers and artists, especially at the beginning, just were really freaking out about where money was going to come from for the rent and for groceries. And because of how generous our audience was every week, we really raised a lot of money and helped a lot of people. So we thank all of you for doing that. And we're doing it again tonight at our usual Venmo, which is at Talk Hard right here. So I did see some donations come in before the show already. So thank you everyone who did that. And so throughout the show, please feel free to donate whatever you can at Talk Hard on Venmo. And we really appreciate it. The what we've heard from our audiences feeling connected to each other and to artists all year, and to art and to performance, as well as from our artists feeling so supported. It's meant a lot to us and to everyone who's been involved. So thank you so much. It's really just warms our heart.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Yeah. So yeah, so what's cool about tonight being a finale, what's going to happen here is Rachel, because of this really cool Northern Illinois University connection going on tonight, I think Rachel's going to tell you a little bit about how special this show is tonight and who we got coming on.
Yeah, when we were thinking about, this year, this very long year, and traumatic in a lot of ways, right? On a lot of fronts. It hasn't just been the pandemic. It's been a really trying year on multiple levels. And there was we just got to thinking, what is the most important voice at this moment that we can really highlight, and that we really want to bring back around for the Talk Hard finale. And just Bryant Hayes stuck out like by miles, because he has this incredible ability to summarize and encapsulate the moment, and to really speak the poetic truth of the moment in a way that has touched our audiences immensely, and that really galvanizes people into action. So in this finale moment, as we're wrapping up this year, we just thought that the person we need to hear from is Bryant Hayes. So we've got a special edition Talk Hard Takeover tonight, where Bryant's going to take over the mic and the screen, and share his really important and powerful work with all of you. So it's an exciting and
Bryant's already, he hasn't even, there he is. He's already getting lots of love on Facebook in the comments, and he just popped up. So imagine where we're headed. He's getting a lot of love already on the Facebook chat.
Oh,
So
thank you guys.
welcome, man. It's good to see you. It's good to have you.
It's good to see y'all too. Thank you very much for having me. It's so interesting. It's like I'm having like a little moment right now. Like it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like literally, and like also I think like for myself, like I don't know. Like you see something and sometimes it can be so visceral that like you don't even think that you've had like a dream or a memory about it, but it's there.
Yeah.
Right. So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
How like we talked a little bit just now about like how this year kind of felt for us doing the Talk Cards all year, and like feeling a little disconnected, and that's why we started it. And anything you want to say before we get started with your work, and anything like, what was this year like for you? What have you been feeling like looking back now at a year since we started this? What's been going on?
Yeah. It's funny how sometimes like when we make a full circle around something, we end up just back at the start point, right? We're kind of back at the start point, aren't we?
Yeah.
But it's interesting because I feel like once you've made that full turnaround, you've gained a new perspective on things, and you get to go into this second round of whatever the hell it may be, with that in mind.
Yeah.
You're ready.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually like, it's interesting that we're kind of talking on this line of things too, because I actually broke up all of my stuff into like 3 different little compartments. I think of realistically, I think 3 parts of myself that I've just kind of been working through and have found a lot of headway through, and still am working on, because it's a never ending journey, right? It's a never ending process. If we all completed it, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. You wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have this show, and none of these fine people will be watching this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, why don't we? That being said, why don't Rachel and I get out of the way and yeah, we'll wait, Bryant nodded to there. The show's going to be kind of broken into three different parts as we go along. It'll probably be about 45 minutes or so, and yeah, we'll come back in and we'll update you on some other stuff going on. But we're going to turn it over to Bryant right now for a little bit. So enjoy everyone, and we'll be back in a little bit.
Cool.
All yours,
Yeah,
man.
awesome. So yeah, what's up, everybody? It's my first time like really actually having a full-on platform to myself, so I'm very excited to do this for you guys. And I'll be real, this is very vulnerable for me, but that's okay because you know, walking through it and into it is the way that you have to go. And especially with the way that this year has been, I think that's something that we all need to do. If there's some shit that you are dealing with from last year, once again, like I talked about, we went on a full circle and we're back at this start point, or at least that's the way that it feels to me. I don't want to prescribe to your experience. Uh, Now's the time to deal with that shit and let yourself be great. Be kind to yourself so you can be kind to everybody else. Just a little dinosaur tyke riding on a trike because he don't know how to ride a bicycle. Biracial and blessed, having a ball watching Land Before Time and getting dressed to take on the world. A humble, handsome hero trying to live his moral code. Walking down a forever winding, tick-tocking time road. But really, are you worth my time? Are you worth having an ampersand or hyphenated name next to mine? I have this tendency to rhyme when my feelings are running like lime juice being squeezed from the rind. Watery eyes got me on the verge of going blind. Do you mind if I get to the main topic of why I'm saying this? The thought of you gets my brain waves coloring outside the lines. Christ, I mean, yikes. I'm at war with a village from within, and they're chasing me down with pikes down to Pike Place. Won't stop till my head is on a spike. Due to never ending spite built up because I keep letting you occupy my slice of pie, my slice of heaven. The only thing getting me to where I've been wanting to be from the beginning is just me. No space for you, unless you bring space cake. But you messed up that bake. No time for sorries, they way too soggy for my taste, so it's too late to start over. I can't see thee, Lady B. I've decided to get away. Now I live up in them trees, no longer at the sea. Got my heart stitched. I'm stronger, no longer bursting at the seams. It seems this mistreatment won't suffice, mistress. That's all. You're dismissed. I'll put away your mess. Dangerous like Lake Placid, real little tiny amino acid, blowing up like whey muscles blasting, overthrowing old ways, they are past tense. I'm past stressed, got a tight collar buttoned on down. Oh, my breathing feels repressed, man, like George Washington Carver or Floyd Mayweather. My breath was heavy, but now I'm lighter than a feather and light skin like Muhammad Ali. I've been having trouble floating on Madam Butterflies because I'm a big bumble guy named B. Fumbling on his words, pray he could find some reason to stick around because windows of action disappear seasonally. So sick of all the people pleasing because it's tearing me apart into a great million pieces. Looking for something sweet like Reese's. Find love along the lines at some time. Do you mind, Jesus? Streets of my sanity are cross weaving. I feel left in the Stone Age, Neanderthalic grieving. If but at times like this, I raise my fist, got my club clutched to fight for the justice I believe in, not deceiving like supporters on T-Day, running over each other, leaving the sounds of a sight in a mess, but no guns sprayed. When questioned in search of answers, no answers can be found easily. Y'all really are some heathens. You done crying, for I know your hearts are not bleeding. So unpredictable, Someone call the municipal or maybe get this boy's mother on the line. Where the hell is the principal? Oh, yeah, that's me. This show I'm leading. If you give me a mother trucking chance, let me take the bull's horns in my grasp. Will you kindly please sit your ass down and pick your lips up off the ground? Don't want no frowns. When you act ugly, you look like Pennywise. Didn't mean to clown you. Let me fix it. I'm raising my hand to put the keys in the ignition so we can make a smooth transition off this bumpy road, rickety rockin' on. My first pick's Toad, your first pick's Peach, but I want to play double dash with you. Please take the driver's seat. Lately, my feet and heart have been covered in concrete. But once you gave me water, now these leaks seeping through the cracks like creeks. Sleep falls from my eyes in my sleep. But it seems the weather turned to rain. It's deep. Cause my shirt's covered in tears, had a dream about the fall of Crete. The rust-covered gears of mine have begun once again, and mutual self-respect is required for entry in. Journey down the heart trail. I love you. And I just want you to know that I breathe easiest on the day that I was born. Throw it back while lightning cracks. I'm using concrete to solidify these stacks of identification. Previously was off track, wandering in a no man's land, wondering how I'm gonna get back to my main plans in the mainland. Hard to figure your life out without a room full of fam. But if I stayed that way forever, I'd never be a man. Can't hide behind a pineapple pout, living in a citrus-filled ruminating scent full of doubt. Following my truths brings me pounds of wows and woos that I give out in groups. Just show up full-hearted or you're out of the loop. Like Nike, I always swoop. Airplane bad boy doing loop-de-loops. When I see target centered in sight, you know my crossbow is ready to shoot. Scoop. What's the scoop? Why you mad, young man? No need to shoot. They ain't no loot. They ain't no loot. Put down that tool before the cops choose to let loose. We'll still find a way even if you're already in the back with your back turned in the caboose. Having a convo with myself so I can tie up loose ends. I fly off the coop, hop in my armor, then fly off in the bends. I'm off to the bends to bend my mind into shape so I can pick and choose my wins. No need to stifle my spine with a spiteful stipend. I work years beyond money, look towards the bright end or the bright side. I need a response to that question, not some eggs that are sunny side. I'm slamming my fist on the alarm, bam, when it goes off, because I'm already up and I'm tired. Is this a sham? What's up? Oh, because you're done, that means everything is turned to muck? What the duck? I got clay pigeon clobbered by a docile Mack truck. Neither one of us had clucked. So once again, he is stuck. With a weight equal to the world erupting on the outer crust of identity. Ooh, is that Fendi? Nah, it's B. Oh, yawn, I'm in full effect. Feeling more delicious than a glass full of Nestle. Big Bird, I'm nesting and nestling right up next to your neck. You know what comes next? We check the distance on the sextant. Never been one for texting when situations get dangerous and dire, which ain't my desire. Not trying to dull out my spirit fire on this day. Clap my hands, make sunny skies turn to gray. I speak like water, so it rains when I say. I ask for conjecture of time, then my words in this play. And you play them on repeat each and every frickin' way. Possible, doing crazier things than Kim Possible, taking a run at the ninja course obstacles that have found their way into the mission impossible. I'm uncrossable because you crossed me out, because you crossed with me with the shame of the shadow of a doubt. Not without my company. There's lump sums. I wanted quantities and dividends, but they all won't come to my homestead until you sort out all of your dead ends. All depends, but I don't depend or hope on it.
Nice.
I don't want to come to you with failures. I only want to come home with good news. I want to stop spending all my money trying to figure out how to share my own views. Hard to always speak truth, especially when you wearing trendy shoes. Trying to rule my roost, but feels like I'm stuck in a pooling, spooling. Hey, stop drooling, Julian. I'm spinning out. Don't know how I got flooded over. Last I checked, I was still in a drought. Now I'm soaked without a doubt. Showed up to the beach without the shade, been twiddling my thumbs for my thumbs. All this fun, man, without me needs to go away. Doing my best to keep negativity at bay, but I'm only human. Doesn't mean that I always have to sway away from thoughts burning holes in me due to the sunny day. Anyway, here I go again. I want to tell you everything, but I don't know where to start. I don't know when I chose to lend you my ears. Oh, my superb lady bird, I try to compliment you, but you're worth much more than any verb that I can muster. Oh, none of the words can do you. Oh my gosh, oh my lord. You can leave if you're bored, but before you board up shop, gotta give this a shot. Do, 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 do. Love you, babe. Jungle Room, Bungalow Blues, started here and left with a different pair of shoes. Oh, not amused? Heart bruised like a banana boo. No sad about it, saying it aloud to take a crack at dealing with it. Keep it all in my golden snitches close. I'm not playing no Quidditch. Slinging paint at the wall will it stick? Getting looks like you need to quit it. Running through the sticks breathless, I need my lungs to hit it. Temperature is burning, brain incapable of processing digits. Didn't make sense when me added you and I together. You seem sufficiently sunny, but one day I closed my eyes and you started running, telling me everything's good, B. Yeah, I mean, everything should be. There's no possible way it could be ending because, we got it together. I mean, I've at least been defending your character. Days go by, ain't seen nary a pigeon carrier. Ended with a phone call. Ooh, daring. Do what you do. I'm hitting the stairs now because got nothing to say. Go ahead and keep all my stuff too because I don't need it anyway. I got a new pair of shoes because I've been buying Nikes like Girl Scout cookies. Integers pass by quick. They make me bored. Go and get my ish and leave this room and board before the agents claiming the Lord come for me using his name as a catalyst. Hey, they really just a Trojan horse? I'm a Jedi with cat eyes and I can see through lies through my use of the God-given gift of the Force. A dirty boy, but I grew up in the forest, not in that swamp. Using sticks as swords, I gave the willow a wanton run for her money. Gone to that, homie. Blue collar bee buzzing, searching for paths to cool runnings. Eins weit dry, my guy. I slide down spiral slides and contemplate if there is really duty in pain, or are our fragile glass existences just a reflection of something we need to take a crack at again to gain the goods in the safe. Only dried goods, don't you dare just perish away. The food drive don't end until Ash Wednesday. I got my hands clasped. I'm praying to the Lord. Body covered in empathy, filled to the brim with impatience. Hey, I think that boy is lost at the shore. The waters left him assured that forward motion is a notion that pinpointed in his focus, never just taken like a swarm of hungry locusts. Give and take gall and tend to repair and put fuel back in the locomotive. Is that the motive? Is that the motive? Are you joking? Insecurity again, false statements, man, they get poked with a dose of truth. No leaves are loose. Self-betterment and change aren't hocus bogus. If you stay the same, you gonna never find someone to elope with. Love yourself like no one else. Don't keep dead ends at your point of focal. Michael's secret stuff was water. You always had it. What? I have it. Nah, yeah, you really got it, kid. Go forth and do it. Fantasy drew it, expanded my mind so I can intuit all the fruit in my fruition. All I ate it up, and now I'm back up in the kitchen looking for some huckleberries to pair with a night of cricket. All I hear is crickets. Time to go to bed before I get way too illiterate. Call me Charles Dickens. On that note, I take my exit. Character stricken. Ugh, character stricken. Is the season that I'm in a fall or a face plant? I ain't got no bands. I don't want to throw hands. I'm in orange pants. Yeah, I'm doing my dance. Oh shit, man. I slipped and fell. Hey, call me Yon Face Plant. Water to wake me up, but you'll notice that I passed out mid-rant. Don't falter on me. Could you give me a second chance to explain my stance? Broke a lot of self-promises, but this day forward will no longer break lances or waste time on lame Nancy's. Want to take time for myself to construct my own dandy. Laying out foundation, call me Rushmore Manby. Brought direct to your landing in the middle of your sweet childish games. You're stuck playing with candy. Stuck playing with candy. Let's explore a new land, Beeb. Things with you are going perfectly, and then I'm face planting. I'm face planting. Once again, I'm face planting. No diamonds dancing. No diamonds dancing. Just leaves falling. Face meets earth. Face planting. I'm face planting. I face planted. Glitch. Glitch. Call him the time stitching Lich King. Hey, crossing all throughout the world's timeline, knowledgeable about its history. He keeps riffing until he gets a ring but not a ring. Now that I'm past the year 2020, my bread don't need buttering, but it don't butt out. Out of nowhere, I got hit in my head by a drowsy headbutt. Oh, I'm about to check out. My next Pokemon is up now. Supersonic noises make all my sense of sound blow out the window. Man, why'd you crack them windows in the middle of the night? Sounds like dog barks sneak up on you. Jesus, fie, you hound. Oh, don't show your hand. I regroup my own leash. Man, how? Hand by hand. Every detail like grains in a sea of sand. Oklahoma red dirt and panhandle, man. Throw hands at anyone who disrespects the land. All the world's birds sit in the palm of my hand. Oh, that's flies. Shazam! They fly me high to new planets. I somehow find all the action, get hella reactions from my style. Oh yeah, brother. Macho Man Randy Savage. Call me Space Dandy. Blessed with half of the blood of the Nile. That's why he dressed up like a dandy. Carrying a handful of candor roses. Would have picked them fresh, but didn't make it to the garden before they closed it. No habla bogus. Meditating in a crow's nest to regain my focus. No reservation, add him to the no-show go forth playlist. Decided to shop showing every ounce of happiness that I own through photographic flavors. Collecting all my power. I was molded by the dark, so go ahead and call me Bane, baby. Baby. There you go, acting so shady. Unlike Forrest Gump, I will not be waiting for delayed sharings of shadings of the heart, fair lady. You blink, and I'm gone. Ubiquitous, omniscient, effervescent, not malicious, somewhat understanding, somewhat kind, but still kind of suspicious. We know how the past, all that swiftness, or connections between us will soon have clipped ends, no split dividends. All depends on mosaic arrangements of views in your ether. Spice them up with different salt and Peter. My bad, pepper. But depends on the weather. You may end up mixing in some other potion called Chemical X. Now we're moving on to the next piece of this, where I finally finish the journey of getting over my ex. My emotions were completely car wrecked. Felt lonelier than Donkey when he got left by Shrek. Stuck in a world of my own without anyone to exchange letters of affection from a collection that has been building up since my birth. My soul at times feels as old as the earth. I can't keep it all in. The day I smell of incense and dirt, for my body has always smelled of frankincense and myrrh. But the potency of my smells was dulled when my heart froze pretty close to a year ago. You got closure, but I couldn't find my door, my dough. Not gonna call you names to sow bad seeds in your direction. That would be a low blow. See, I'm a bee, and I know I always try to fly higher, no matter my affections. Our relationship just red bubble ended. Call left me doing a bit of life juice seeking in the dead end of fall. Rocks roll, tears drop, hearts swell, expectations pop. Straight up, I want to connect when it's pouring rain and to tell you, nah. I want to talk about cups of sunshine and puppy dog daycares. I want to talk about brilliant lights and how your layers smelled of eucalyptus and mint, how your beautiful and brown eyes and sweet way of being, wonderful to taste, like that of chocolate chips. As a kid, I used to eat chocolate until I got sick of it.
Nice. Nice, man. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. Really beautiful. Lots of huge love on in the Facebook comments. Thanks everyone for watching. We have a nice audience. Don't go anywhere. I'm just giving Bryant a few seconds to catch his breath. And I'm gonna give you some info while he grabs some water. But don't go anywhere. Thanks everyone who's watching. Thanks everyone who's donating. The donations coming flying in. So thank you so much, everyone. Bryant's getting love from Tracy and Eric and Alyssa and John, just everybody. Thanks so much, Kay, everybody who's watching. Thank you so much for watching and for donating. Yeah, lots of love, Brian, in the comments. Getting some notes on the Harry Potter references are fire. So yeah, really nice. Really nice. Yeah, nice arc of that first section. Really beautiful work, Bryant. So while Bryant catches his breath and grabs a little water, just a couple of notes again about, we mentioned how this whole year, we've been able to support so many artists through everyone's donations, like those of you who are donating tonight. Again, if you'd like to donate throughout the show, you can at our Venmo, which is at Talk Hard. Thank you again to those who are. I did want to make a note. We were talked about it at the beginning about how this is our 1 year anniversary of doing Talk Hard virtually, and it's also our finale. So out of the 52 weeks this year, we missed a few because we had other projects going on, but we did 38 shows this year during the pandemic. We had 125 artists come on Talk Hard throughout the year. 125 artists that were supported by your donations. So that's like 5 or 6 a week for 30 something weeks, and some repeats here and there, but 125 artists. And in this past year, we raised, just through Talk Hard, our weekly Talk Hard events, close to $4,000. So that $4,000 throughout the year got divided up between those 125 artists each week, 5 or 6 artists. So people were able to, again, like we heard from all of our artists, put gas in the car, pay rent, get groceries all at a time, which was really hard, especially at the beginning when we went into lockdown. So I just wanted to review the year for those of you who have been watching all year, those of you who are just checking in tonight because you're Bryant Hayes fans like we all are. So just to give you some context about what this year has been like and how we've been able to all support each other as artists and with our audience's help, really, really do a lot to keep us all connected and our hearts full throughout the year. So we really thank you very much. And if you're not a Venmo person, if you are, our Venmo's at Talk Hard, and if you're not, I saw Rachel dropped our PayPal link in the comments on Facebook, so you can, if you'd like to support the work we're doing in Bryant tonight, you can donate at our PayPal link, which is the Outer Loops PayPal giving fund link, which is in the chat. And yeah, let's get back to we're gonna get back to Bryant for his second section tonight out of 3, and I will disappear and turn you back over to Bryant. Enjoy, everyone, and thanks again, Bryant. This is really special. So
absolutely, thank you for having me once again. I appreciate the opportunity and the platform.
Oh man,
always.
It's all yours.
Cool. Yeah, so like I said, everything's in 3 sections. So this is the second section. That first section was called Hearts. The second section I just chose to title Colors. Just pretty shit. Stripe lines straight like matches, fire burning patches on my front lawn. So gosh damn bright, I don't get no sleep before dawn. Am I a pawn? In the hands of larger beings, a bundle fist full of fresh prawn. I went off topic, but my point will respawn. Yes, here we are. Took a look into my future. Everything's looking fine to me. I walk the earth looking opposite of pests, looking mystic, smelling a pine bee. I share with the contents of my stein, not wine, but full of sunshine. My heart rhymes with ruby rhythms and down-to-earth dimes. Learned to be a compassionate crescendoer from watching Land Before Time. Saw the flip side of things well before the age of 9, watching my father go to prison for the committing of crimes. Or what about when I heard that he got shot in his body 6 times? That shit'll fuck you up. But you ain't out of luck. We both know that's no lie. I mean, for me at least, I continue to try. And yet, I wonder why I diatribe like I'm the last of my tribe. Soul searching through the open plain, my desires make me rely on the first answer I spy. Yeah, and then things go awry. And getting put back to square one makes me contemplate my misfortunate die rolls. I keep talking, but all I get is eye rolls. Like they're going out of style, you know? Today, the sun had breathed air into my lungs, watching my maroon spool of red yarn slowly become unspun. Usually I would be stunned, but little did I know this feeling has been shunned from my village of liveliness. Let's take a dive inside it. Black and white, no longer apartheiding inside of me. Big sea diver finding abalone and alimony I can confide in. Women got me salty crocodile tears crying. What I'm trying to say is constantly trying my patience. I try to spell it out, but large laments keep burning up any traces of my outward cries. Some go through this and believe it's better off to die. But I said, nah, fuck all that mess. Then I change my colors and sprout a third eye. Psychic powers upon my fingertips, shooting purple beams to repair the divide that happened while I was away in Dubai, where the sun never sets and my worries live in the tides, whilst I find myself tied between, yeah, you know the rest. Or do you? High up in the hotter mountains with my palm raised to the sky, seeing life up in them clouds, always wanted to fly, but was told to buzz off like a fly. Man, that sucks. Decided not to kick the bucket. Remembered that sometimes it's all right to push your luck, kid. Looked at and kept on the back burner. Little did they know that I'm a page turner. Mind going 1,000 mph, young road runner. No time for wily coyotes, cause they hella bummers. She taking care of my heart just for the summer. Then once the winter hits, she's peeling out in a navy blue Hummer. That's when my bass starts strumming and then beats stars summon up to full totality, toppling over this totalitarian intolerability. Hoarding feelings like a Scrooge with his shillings, see? Got his feelings locked away with more chains than James Marley is rocking. Christmas Future got an extendo crossbow sitting in his pocket, and he ain't gonna pull the hammer back. Oh, shit, he got it pre-cocked? Damn, when? Before the creation of the word pretense. Tries to grab anything he has to provide some defense, but his attempts are always weak. He needs some tight ends to help keep it together before his lost streak continues on again. Oh, what can he say? He's stressed. He spends most of his days dressed, feeling like a hollow shell of himself. Man, what the hell? Might as well call him the peculiar quail, because no matter what he does, nothing ever seems to quell his active mind that is attempting to surmise this quandary called, life, but some choose to call it hell. Man, I don't know. I just want to sip on some Sprite and cast my change in a well. Oh well. Sip a crit. Sip a crip, a slurp. Sipping crip, hitting these niggas with critical hits. Oh shit, this nigga taking chains and snatching necks. Hit the deck, hit the deck. We need someone to save our planet, man. Where the hell are they at? Oh, sorry. I was on another planet for a second. Turkish Delights. Brightly burnished color brigade has come to start a pungent purple parade in your perplexed personhood. Perhaps pleasing phrases prove perished plausibly, because I have been self-deprecating and pontificating on circumstances beyond my reach. Depleted drip drop, smoked a J inside the whip. That was not a hot rod. Shouldn't have done it because I need to focus. Strained thoughts have been bolstering, and I find myself taking way too much time smelling that potpourri that I was told not to. You see, I'm allergic. You'll get a cinnamon brain. That's fake. Okay, I'm over it. I find my nostrils placed over this smell, and it's smoldering, and I inhale big red freedom. Freedom's cool, freedom's nice, but my heart feel full of isolation. Place on my heart over my hands over my heart, can't stay in the mountain range and keep grazing on this grass that I convinced myself was greener. Truth is, I'm all alone. I'm not sad though. Just a castaway working on figuring it out on my own. I'm a tiny boat. I mean raft. And at times you got to take a second from busting up all your rations and let that mind rest. Oh yes. Yeah, you can reset. Forward motion, grateful locomotive. Tracking down new motives, already letting go of how things should traditionally be. I'm buzzing. I can't fly because I lost my wings. Sitting atop a raft talking to V. That means void. Ice skating, figure eight sideways into infinity. My movie's not ending, it's just beginning. But the screen says Finn. But my contract, it doesn't end until like next week. My eyes are weak. You see, caught between sleep and credits, baby. Because my self-credibility has been more incredulous than a Cruella de Vil who got 2 trill in her puppy coat in Margarita Villa, out here spilling her guts to everyone in the Ville with a side of veal. End of that verse. Crummy dummy Jamal Appleseed. Crummy dummy Johnny Appleseed. I click together blues and greens with ease. Don't see me as a little gray chess piece. Feel free to pick my mind over a game of chess, please. But you'll have to teach me how to play because I got caught up staring out windows waiting for the sun to rise every day. Oh, I gotta go. It's late. I have flowers to tend to and a weight to raise off my shoulders. I can't stay locked down with boulders because I'm staring into a sink and I'm starting to sink down and I don't want to disappear within the blink of an eye. Hi, my name is Bryant and I'm learning how to love. Always make peace. I order olives on my pizza and I got doves holding branches on my sheets. Be kind to your friends. Have the stones to defend them until the very end, unless they tell you otherwise or they show off their pockets full of sin. Bitter brewed tea is paired with your bland potato stew that reaches down to your roots or core. If you will, then spuds of spore or of hate will then sprout like spores into this never ending whirl, wind until you're on the verge from bursting from within. You let it out like a loud bark, 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 hate, 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 rumbling, causing earthquake that resounds so loud it uproots all your lackadaisical rage. Let yourself be with apologies. Send lovely blessings and volleys to all those you love involuntarily. Charge no tarry, but keep track of your taxes. And when people are too relaxed with how they take and give theirs and your love, okay? Good truth be told, you worth it, baby. Glass eyes viewing me through this really weird, introspective, collective. Most days I feel eclectic, but today something had rammed me in my forehead like a dead end. It's laughable looking back at how previously forcible I was, not unfathomable, for I was born with a broken clavicle. Call me a C-section. Are we in a C-session or a recession as a nation, telling everyone secrets at recess to tear down fake curtains of admiration, sneaked in with sleepy gas eyes turned shut sedation, sea log of a man not caught in confusing cacophonous fogs, seeking sunlight with his dog, a baby sweet pea, she entreats me with company. All the while entreaties me to see better visions of itty bitty old, hey, yours truly. Not to crouch, locked on the sofa. Oh Lord, please, when will you show me how to finally settle things with me and will no longer have the creeped up on feeling that there is something more that I could be doing? True be, brew be, would be, should be, if I could just stop letting everyone eat off my plate, plate, plate. Every time I go to stop them, they act irrationally. I rate. I need time to myself because I've been crying floods as of late. Can't keep a fake face on because my body was reported missing without a trace. If I keep on going, burnt up confetti will be up in the air on my birthday. Go to lay my head down, I wake up at a later calendar date. It's hot. Now, burnt out by the summer. Wow. But that's when I'm supposed to start running again, you know. But I can't find a pair of Pumas to slip in, so I just run for myself. Everyone screams and sprouts when finally seeing the shadow of oneself. Shadow work lurking in the back of my mind. Thou hast been my kin. Let us find common illumination. No need for pools of light, for the room don't require more brightness. No need to ride a high horse. Where'd you get a trident? I'm tired of it. Slow your pace. I don't see no race. No trace sounds of racing pistols resound through the air. If there are, it's going higher than the frequency of sound. We take the sound wave for a trip to the pound. We get Shadow be a pup so sweet, we name her Pea Sweet, so my darker side can get some sleep. Having companionship without sacrificing what it means to be him, a young half-shadowed prince. Brilliant, civilian. I heard you got well-kept secrets. Yo, I heard everyone is a simian in people's clothes. Hey, man, sorry. We're closed. But my brain's in the groove while I enter tube. Hey, you want to play too? Enter player two. I'm a be green, you be blue. Hold up, wait. I want to be maroon. The people is like, why is you spitting this tune? It don't really make no sense. I know, I'm right there with you. I lost sight of my senses somewhere last June, but I've been born once again, got my second chance at everything. Thank you, God, for changing my views from down to up, from frown to fro, shaved off the curls after mourning the loss of the girl that took me for a whirl, but now I'm back and more dashing than a black pearl in the Caribbean crystal blue.
Blessings drip from my lips, just gotta make some confessions to yourself. Back that ass up and bandage up all that damage that you dealt to start the healing process. It is now in progression, and always staying true to my hue has become my new obsession. So, during this session we spent vividly together, I'll always make this declaration no matter how ruffled my feathers. Endeavors bring out our truths, but the journey keeps the empire of you humble. Don't get stabbed by hate spires or staglamites. You might fall, but get back up. That's right.
Wow, Brian. That's just I'm stunned by your agility within your rhythm. It's like incredible. I feel like I'm on the wave with you, but I'm always like a little bit behind, like trying to stay on top of it. It's really, really amazing. Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Appreciate that.
Hey everyone, I'm going to give Brian another moment to breathe as he's been astounding us all with his poetry and with his sense of rhythm. I mean, I'm really floored by the story that you're weaving, Brian, and I can't thank you enough for being here and sharing your vulnerability and your heart with us. I can see that the audience on Facebook is really appreciating it as well. I just really appreciate your ability to bring the visceral connection of your work to us over Zoom, which is something that's really nearly impossible to do. So thank you again for being here tonight. I just wanted to give everyone watching on the Facebook land just a little preview of where we're headed with this season. This is our penultimate show. We have one more show, one more virtual show, hopefully forever in the virtual realm, but one more show this season. It's a really exciting and a really special project. It's called Broken Mirrors, and what it is a brand new, it's not even finished yet as of right now. That's how new it is. Play with music, not quite musical. The book written by Sergio Castillo, and the music by Courtney Lavender of X's and Arrows. And what's super exciting about this collaboration is that these two artists met over Talk Hard this year. They don't live in the same state and they had never met in person before, but they got into each other's work through watching each other on Talk Hard and through the mutual respect that this community provided. And we, kind of all started talking that it would be really amazing. But Michael and I in particular really wanted to see a collaboration between their artistry, and they were into the idea as well. So we are developing that. And so keep an eye out on our social media for more information about when that show, that workshop production of this brand new Play with Music is going to be. And then this summer we are, fingers crossed, barring another life-altering circumstance, we are planning to return to Tanzania to check back in on our humanity project work there and to look back in on all of our projects and the community that we partner with there. So keep an eye on that as well. We are very excited to be, hopefully, again, taking a documentary filmmaker with us, Isaiah Gates, who you've seen some of his work with us on the Empathy Project. And Isaiah is an incredible filmmaker and soon to be graduate of RIT. And so he's going to come along with us and help us tell the story of what we've been doing in Tanzania over the last 5 years. Has it been 5 years, I think? So that's what we've got coming up. So keep an eye out for all of that as the world starts to return to normal. And without further ado, I'm going to bring Bryant back up to close us out with the third section.
Alrighty.
Take it away.
Radical. Rock on, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. I really appreciate you guys for your time. Truthfully, that's the most valuable thing that I think you can ask for somebody is time. So I really appreciate that. So we had hearts, we had colors. Now we're into black thoughts. Up at twilight hours, back by the sound of my shower, heat blasting from the duct, away lower pretenses of the current me. AC off with the fan on, but still fuego crackling at my feet. So I hop on my heels to defeat this ash-colored lemur that tries to leap to the bottom of the Black Sea, to drown out the life within my speech. Grasping at his tail, but he sneaks me with a right. Try to fight back, but out go my lights. Eyelids close up, shop now. I'm swimming in the dark, surrounded by sharks. They wrap me up in a tarp and strap cinder dreadlocks to my head. I scream and bark, black back out, buoyantlessly flow down the depths. This descent to the end of these depths is sultry, drawn in by its damseling. I'm done, for deeper and deeper I go in these black waters. Will this fish-eyed camera lens watching from the sidelines lend me some nutritions from the sea's bed? Watching from the sidelines, lend me some nutritions from the sea's bed. I crave a place to rest. I got problems with my neck. Just want some time to get, stronger, to rest myself from unjust arrestings just for sitting in the wrong car of the Ferris wheel. Ferris is spinning downward spiral, bottlenose spun out. I am at the bottom now. I'm at bikini bottom, but I'm not spying no bikinis now. I'm stuck in the weeds. All I see is rocks. I had a falling out with all my confidence, told me to kick rocks. Took most of my stash, soul cash, got me less than $1. Wow. Oreo boy, always been hungry, eating all the cookies jarred up in the house. Cookie dust covered hands messed up the sea queen's blouse. Trespasser, get him outside of my house. All her sounds are so loud, but I can't make it out. Before I know it, I get sent deeper. I don't know how. Where am I now? Where now? Didn't know it was night now. I really should pipe down. There may be creatures sleeping waiting to put me on ice now. I don't feel all right now. I need to find myself right now. Someone lend me some light now. Give me something to read. Toss me that Florence Nightingale. I crave some words to drown out all this sudden frailness. At the bottom of the sea lie the palest stones I've ever seen. I go to pick one up and in it is carved the initial B. A tear falls from my eyes and clearly up the entirety of the night-shaded waters surrounding me. I continue to weep during each trip to the bottom. I seek to return to the surface, having reaped a full pocket of stones. Took me 5 years to collect them all alone. Why'd you do it? To atone? Nah, did it because he felt lonely. I clap back and say I chose to do it solely for change. Don't try to cast away the sins to the bottom of the ocean. Let tides of change put mojo potion into motion. John Henry was the GOAT and he beat the locomotive. Face yourself before you face the world. Let your narrative reveal your motive. Peace spoken. Peace spoken. Bland white wall apartment. Throwing some yellow now. It's a light skin stuck inside a glove compartment. Compartmentalizing and I just can't figure it out. I just can't figure it out. Nose pressed to the ground to get a feeling of proximity to understand close encounters with the matriarch's lips. Puckered, but all I'm tasting is sand and gravel. Judging by this, I need to find a gavel to make a new order. Gravel shakes loose from the borders of my rumblings. This tavern quiets as they hear the bellows shuffling into their airspace. Hey, fair space and fair pace is a necessity for my race. You tried to start the race off cheating by tying up my laces to keep me from going different places. My gosh, you must be crazy. Because I don't trip, I hop trick, and I'll still end up in first place. Picking me last was a mistake. I reclaim back everything you chose to take. Keep that wine you chose to taint. Your aura has been clearly painted. So close yet so far, 16 visions Michelangelo created. My thoughts are sober. Lucky me, 4-leaf clover picked fresh and sent me back with a space moon rover. Send the sun right over to sit upon my shoulders. Can crack boulders with my heat waves. Asteroids shoot over as I say.
Relax and sit back in the shade. Don't throw shadows, they only bring shame. Express them in their lane. Don't mix work with your play. That's not to say don't have fun. May your days be filled with brightness. Hope you feel noble. Or I pray. I like having dirty, newish looking white kicks. If they were cleaner, I would know that I was not shit. Hype stagger as the baseline context hits. Sometimes new doors, they lead to bottomless pits. Or at least they seem that way until we click the right tiles to sweep our minds away. Multiply by nines to make sure that I stay fine. Sometimes the loneliest number is 9 minus a dime. There can only be one Optimus Prime standing atop the spire. Primal instincts online. Dog out the cage, DMX flying. Thank you for your time and your meaningful rhymes. Left messages for Black kids to work towards and aspire to be more. Hey, that was a necessary detour, but not really a detour because I believe messages like that are covered in Dior envelopes and will help even the score of empty bedrooms in a home or a minority family at a morgue. Ooh. We all hope that problem was actually solved when it was, Brown versus Board. But unfortunately, at least in my country, it's like Brown versus the world. Born into with weighted blood, skin color just like soil. Hey, I am the earth. I am the elements. I am the foundation of your self-proclaimed created land that you built with your own hands, but was actually your servants you thought were loyal, but all that was a sham. Ripped away freedoms, took away the sand from Black banded hourglasses, just so you know it can't be fixed just by taking classes. Sit with yourself while you're waiting in traffic. When you see something tragic happen to a Black kid, don't act like a rabbit and disappear into a hat trick. Reach in and pull out the habit. And that's it. Preoccupied by perpetual pennings, counting out every penny that has put me into this upending particle frozen in play. I played the fool, I played the part, I played the square on the block. I tried to press down my hair to deny my DNA that is actually filled with dreadlocks. Ooh, stock market crash, he tried to dash, but he can't run from his past. Those things are padlocked in the closet over at his pad. Never understood the purpose of dads, because Harold Bird was never there for a young Padawan. I'm laying sideways by a fireplace, casting spells. I'm a mage. Now, you know I stay strapped up with them staves. Don't know nothing about no trapping. He goes straight to school every day, doing life his way with his hair looking strange. Well, not so strange. Never shooting no guns. He stay away from the range. I understand that sometimes love can be rage, So I tore shit up and I went on a rampage. But the next second, I'm crying on my knees, and the prayers that I say fall on deaf ears, an audience full of empty graves. They contain apologies with grounded philosophies. I'm not no bullshitter for my namesake. I'm a stake in the ground, not a snake in the grass. Trust me on any given day. I stay on top of my vigilance so can keep the trash away. Most times I keep to myself or I'm doing plays. I spent lunch feeling like an outsider trying to slick my hair down with pomade. But the way that I was made, it makes it unattainable due to my shade. I'm way too Black to be a greaser. The more I think about it, I've come to realize that I am indeed a chameleon. I am the observer waiting to see if I want to give the fly on the wall the time of day. My hourglass a quarter full. You may have 1,000 eyes, but I see without blinders your true nature. You beautiful creature of the earth. 70% water. So no surprise when your ideals shift with the tides. The moon pulls up and you always go for a ride to distance yourself from decisions waiting in the Nile. Temptation and longing testifying like they're on trial. Riled up heart higher than after you run a 5-minute mile. I had to find distance from the pile of bones that are supposed to be me. Hey, guess what? I left with a smile. Clicking shoes hit pavement, sound like bike spokes soaked in rain, pooling beneath my feet. Choking off headphone vibes to pose my standings on my surroundings to the person I know better than Dexter know Dee Dee. To the yoke, direct to the center of the matter. Frying pan heated up, no need for excess banter. Seams of laid, self has been sidebarred, persistently putting self on ladder. Soul won't allow it any longer. Heart pattern shattered and repatterned into an earthquake, making the earth ring unified together. Nobody is cursing each other. Hands of others, brothers, mothers, everyone black. Hey, everyone Southern, stop making us suffer. You have no time to buffer. BS stocking stuffers. Can't believe you waited to the holiday rush to head rush an unarmed man out with poor luck. Approach the situation differently. Yeah, a city probably wouldn't be being tore up as we speak. Hearts scream and eyes leak. Injustice never dropped from its peak. The media buries it to preach peace. Each time it happens, we fall to pieces. Only then to rebuild. The fire gets stronger, the coals never extinguish. Don't say you're on the left, but do sneak right shit. Want to act squeamish during the protesting, use your words and fight from the pulpit. Because when it comes to bullets, my people have to bite that shit, man. Whatever, just open your mouth. Don't be quiet. I'm serious. Yes, I said it. Go forth. No more time to be spent in the delirium. Don't be inferior.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Wow is right.
Yeah, there's a lot of great comments in the that have been going by in the chat, Brian, and yeah, I mean just so many, but a couple of things that Eric Martinez said, just that one thing that I agree with, early on he was just talking about your wordplay and how envious of your wordplay he is, and I can echo that, and something that it was occurring to me throughout, and that he pointed out in a much more succinct, clear way than I could. Just such an impressive feat to seamlessly juxtapose elements of pop culture references to highlight the social elements. And just, yeah, that on top of what Rachel was talking about before, about how seamlessly you're able to switch between rhythms and just and patterns, I'm just, like Rachel was saying too, just we ride these waves watching and listening and experiencing your work that take me through all of the emotions that I'm watching you go through, and it's like nothing I've ever felt before in this way. And like, again, like Rachel was saying, especially on this platform, not being in the same physical space with you, to be feeling those things that I'm feeling, is it just a gift that you give to us, and I can see to everyone watching, and you'll see the chat saves itself, so you'll be able to see those after. But yeah, I mean there's no amount of gratitude I can express in words for this experience that you've given us and everyone watching, all of us, because to be such a gift we've lost over this year, this the memory of, the feeling of being in the same space with each other and being impacted by someone's truth in this way, and it's just it's a gift, and I can't thank you enough for, yeah, Christine saying love your passionate heart, Kay, powerful, amazing, everyone talking about how powerful, and yeah, I just this was I'm glad we all had this idea, because this really this there couldn't be a better way. There isn't a stronger, better, more powerful, more important, meaningful way to go out, to put an exclamation point on this year and where we are in it, and this cycle, like you were saying, Brian, that we start anew. This was just absolutely incredible, and this occurred to me in the moment, and I'll throw this out there to keep publicly to keep myself to this, to like, so that people can hold me to this. I mean, I won't hold you to it, but man, when we're allowed to be back in a space again, we would. I hope, and I feel like I'm speaking for Rachel, but like I'm sure she would agree. I would love to work with you, and we would love to work with you and do a show with you. You know, with all of us in the same space, because I just can't thank you enough for this experience. I know Rachel has some stuff she wanted to say too, but
Yeah, man, Brian, like you're so inside of it the
yeah,
whole time. You're so inside of your experience with it, and that's a gift to us, because then we get to come along with you.
yeah,
And the way that you wove your personal journey over the last year into the larger context of, you know, the greater journey that we're all on, was really astounding, and just really special. So just like, you know, not to echo what Michael said, but just so impressed and just so grateful for your artistry, and you know, whatever we can do to help you keep doing what you do, we want to do that, because the world needs more of what just happened. So thank you so much.
agreed.
For the platform once again and just for the opportunity.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate everybody for their time once again. Yeah, yeah. I hope through this, like, you know, I don't write to make people feel a specific way. I just write the way I feel, and yeah, I hope whatever you got out of that helps you. If it helps you at all, if it doesn't, you know, tell me to fuck off, like whatever. Like, but I hope it helped you, and you know, the goal is just to try to be better every day, right?
Yeah,
So let's just try to keep doing that, you know.
yeah, right on.
Um,
Yeah, thanks,
yeah.
Brian. Yeah, I think that's a nice note to end on. Let's all just try to, like Brian said, let's just try to be better every day. And that I just can't thank everyone who's been watching this entire time. Like, we probably had a larger audience for this episode of Talk Hard than we've ever had for any Talk Hard ever. That's, you know, like, I see over a couple hundred people that have kind of checked in and stayed with us most of the time, which is never happens on a regular Talk Hard. So
I'm glad that
um,
they came. Thanks,
and just
guys.
yeah, and just like the comment. So thanks everyone for watching, and the donate. I couldn't even keep up with the donations coming in and tracking that. So if I didn't catch you specifically, thank you all so much for your donations. We really just, this was more than we hoped it could be, and we imagined it could be. So from all of us here, thank you so much. Have a wonderful, hopefully outdoor summer, and the outer loop, like Rachel mentioned, we have one more big show coming up in May. Keep your eye on social media for that, and then we'll be in Tanzania for the summer. And when we come back for the fall, we can all hope to see much more of Brian Hayes and the rest of our Talk Hard artists that we saw this year. So lots of love and respect to Bryant and to every one of you watching, and our entire Talk Hard family and Outer Loop family. So thanks everyone. Much love to everybody. Respect, and like Brian said, let's all try to be a little bit better every day. So thanks everyone. We'll see you on the other side.
Thank you.
Bye bye everybody. Thanks.